Hello, everybody, and thanks so much for tuning on in to our Valley News Now desk this morning. We've got a pretty beautiful sunrise on our hands here. I'll show you quickly here. This is our sky cam over at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds, and we got another cool day on our hands, but we do have some relief in sight, I'm hearing. I'll break that down for you in just a moment. But one more time, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Alex Larson. So we're going to kick things off talking about just that, what is happening outside. Don't let that beautiful sunrise deceive you. We're having a very cold day on our hands. I'm going to share my screen with you here, and we'll talk about that. Here we go. 0 degrees right now in Fargo. You can see that, or 1, excuse me. Feels like 0. Cruising on down. It's not going to get much higher. I mean, 17 degrees, not too bad. Cloudy, partly cloudy, mostly cloudy, pretty much all day. Uh-oh, computer's resetting quick. There we go. Okay, so our 11-day planner. Tomorrow, though, 40 degrees. That's awesome. Friday 39, and then back down to 10 and 17 for Saturday and Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, though, 33. Wednesday, 32. Thursday, 33. And then back up to 40 by next Friday. So, I mean, not too bad all in all. Unfortunately, those cold days do have to fall on the weekend. I know, I'm mad about it too. But unless you really like winter weather, winter sports, then that's perfect. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. Not so much happy for me. Anyways, the average high for this time of year is about 26 degrees. You can see by the end of this 11 days, our average high is 31. So spring is coming. Hold on out. And if you got any pictures you want to share with us, you can do so over on our website. You can also do it on your VNN News app. Oh my goodness. Check out Julie's picture of the freezing rain in Glendon. That's wild. That's what I had to scrape off my car yesterday morning after doing this. Went home for my break, and man, that was chopping ice out there. It was difficult. Anyways, though, as we continue on through this winter season, it's a great idea to have that VNN weather app handy for forecasts right at your fingertips. You can download and use it for free. Just search VNN weather in your app store today. Moving on here, the jury selection is complete in the murder trial of a Fargo man accused of killing his childhood best friend in an apartment shooting. Process took place yesterday in Cass County Court. Now, the defense and prosecution are preparing opening statements in the murder trial of 35-year-old Leo Darteau this morning. Darteau is accused of shooting and killing Samson Blay at the Maplewood Bend Apartments back in August of 2024. Investigators say Darteau spent 2 months on the run before U.S. Marshals tracked him down and arrested him in Atlanta. Darteau has pled not guilty to charges of murder and being a felon in possession of a firearm. Trial is expected to last a full week. And continuing coverage as the Cass County State's Attorney's Office says prosecutors have a strong case against accused murderer Joshua Haidt, despite not having the victim's body as evidence. While Fargo police believe 25-year-old Isadora Wengel was killed and dismembered by Haidt, investigators are still searching for her remains. So Chief Public Defender says lawyers currently need to build a case based on circumstantial evidence. That includes debris found by forensic investigators in Haidt's apartment. According to police, human bone and tissue with a DNA profile matching Wengel's was found on his Sawzall blade. Investigators also recovering a latex glove with a DNA from both Wengel and Haidt. Chief Public Defender Monty Mertz, who has no connection to the Isadora Wengel case, says jury verdicts in cases like this require a clearly outlined trail of evidence.
You've got to map out your evidence. How am I going to convince this jury that this defendant caused the death of this person who is dead?
Haidt remains in custody on $5 million cash bond. He's due in Cass County Court next for his appearance on March 11th. Now to an update out of Fargo as a criminal investigation into sexually explicit materials reportedly created and shared by students at Davies High School has ended. We're told the results have now been turned over to the Cass County State's Attorney's Office, and at this point, details of the results are not being disclosed due to the age of the suspects involved. Attorney's Office says juvenile cases, records, and court proceedings remain confidential per North Dakota law. And U.S. tourists are sheltering in Mexican resorts after a drug lord's death in a military operation sparked unrest in certain areas of the country. Valley News Team's Jessica Bringy spoke with a South Dakota woman currently staying in Puerto Vallarta. Let's hear from them.
As some U.S. tourists scramble to find flights home to escape violence in Mexico. South Dakota native Annette Hahn, who lives about an hour outside of Fargo, says she plans to stay put in Puerto Vallarta.
My husband and I talked about it, and rebuilding, for a long time.
This is Hahn's 9th visit to the city, but the first time violence has overtaken her vacation.
When new fires were starting, you could tell across the city, but we never felt in danger at all.
On Sunday, the killing of a major Mexican cartel boss known as El Mencho during a military operation aided by U.S. intelligence sparked unrest.
When we woke up Sunday morning, it was a little different. There were a lot of fires in the area. It was very eerily quiet because there was no traffic.
Despite the outside chaos, Hahn says her concern is centered on the resort staff, their families, and victims of the violence.
They didn't cause this. They're scared. We've talked to people who work here and asked if their families are okay and things like that. And you can just tell when you're talking to them that, they're scared. Like I said, we get to go home and they'll continue to live here.
That's Jessica Bringy reporting there. The U.S. State Department issued a memo saying the airports in Guadalajara and Puerto are both secure. Hahn is planning to return home on her original flight. That's March 6th. And moving on here to a story out of Horace. This one coming to us through our whistleblower hotline. Homeowners are looking for answers after they say property tax bills increased by tens of thousands of dollars without any warning. Horace homeowners claim special property assessment pricing for a street project was already breaking banks at upwards of 10 grand. However, neighbors now claim tax bills are causing that amount to surge to more than $30,000. The more than 100% increase caused several residents to reach out to our whistleblower hotline, saying they were never notified of this change. Valley News Team's Anna Ball-Weber dug into these details. Let's take a listen.
We were blindsided.
Two neighbors blindsided. Derek and Chris are next-door neighbors on Ironwood Drive in Horace. They received a letter back in 2022 from the city informing them of a planned infrastructure project that needed majority of approval from homeowners to move forward.
The proposal was around $8,000 per household, equal share. Everyone uses the road the same. And we all got together, decided to go forward with it.
After giving the green light, a change in plan. The city assessed households per front footage versus an equal share. That means those living on curved portions of Ironwood, like these two neighbors, will chip in more dollars.
We went from that $8,000 mark up to about $14,000.
A new amount and a new project. Instead of paying for just their road, they were also expected to pay for the nearby road. A lumped project with an even newer sticker price after filing their 2025 taxes.
I called you.
You called me.
So you seen your tax statement?
Statement showed an assessment bill increase over 110%.
My total went from $14,000 up to $31,600.
A shock to the system they claim they were never notified about.
And then you're going to increase them by over 110%. You should let them know that, guess what? Your specials just went up 110%.
According to the city, disputes in these changes can only be made in a 30-day window after council meetings. They missed that deadline, but continued correspondence with the city.
They told me that they were pressured to get this out before the end of the year, and they just went with what the assessment committee decided.
They've since sent emails to the mayor, who's only responded once, confirming objections were not received in that 30-day window. Mayor Jeff Trudeau did not respond to my inquiry by the time the story aired.
We feel like what happened was not right, it was very deceitful, and what's going to happen in the future?
A future unknown. This hit was so hard, plans of moving out of Horace completely are now possible.
We felt like we would be here until our kids graduated, and We have had discussions in the household about moving from Horace.
And if you live in Horace, some advice from these neighbors.
You have a property that's in a special assessment district, you need to go to every single one of those meetings no matter what.
The two are currently looking for an attorney to take on this case. A letter is also being drafted to the North Dakota Attorney General's office. Reporting in Horace, Anna Ballweber, Valley News Live.
So the two say an attorney declined to take on their case since they missed that 30-day objection window. They're continuing their search for legal representation. You can, of course, find more details of this over on our story, valleynewslive.com. Now, that's about all I got for you here today on this, what are we at, man, Wednesday? Whew. I'll be back here tomorrow at around 7:30, as well as on the Valley today throughout the morning from 4:30 to 7. Fire this thing up once I get everything kick-started at about 7:30. You can find this streaming on Facebook, on YouTube. You can find it on the live stream on our website as well. Of course, as always, tongue twister there, your VNN News app. I can send you a push notification right to your phone when we're firing this thing up, so you're able to get the latest news that we are covering here in our newsroom. Breaking news, we're able to give you those details right then and there. Again, that's all I got for you. I'm going to see you back here tomorrow. I'm Alex Larson. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday and an even better rest of your week. I will see you tomorrow.